What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new episode of Cosplay Chris, and today it is an express episode of Chris's Custom Collectibles. Now today we are going to be pimping out the $20 lawn ornament from Bunnings. This is a Scarif Trooper. Lately Bunnings have been smashing out these lawn ornaments that have been Star Wars based. We have the OG trilogy and also Rogue One and the new trilogy including Rey, Kylo Ren and BB-8. So like I mentioned, this is an express episode. Not a lot of work is required, but this is an amazing blank canvas. There is a lot of detail on this Scarif Trooper that I think with a bit of paint and a bit of TLC, it's gonna look $1,000,000. Now I've already gone ahead and wiped the piece down with some isopropyl alcohol. This will just get rid of any grime, grease, dust, because it has been sitting outside in the garden section of Bunnings Warehouse. I then got some flat grey primer and covered the entire piece just so I could snap some nice before pics with a nice white backdrop. Now the next step is we're actually gonna go back to white, but we're gonna be using a white undercoat / primer, and this will act as a perfect blank canvas for the rest of the painting. After that, we're then gonna use an array of student acrylics, including some enamels from Model Masters with some dry brushing and of course adding some dirt and some weathering. So like I said, the first step is we're gonna coat the piece with this white undercoat. So with that being said, let's get to it.
Oh, it's been a while, geeks and geekettes. It is time for some shitty commentary. So I've applied my base white primer. We're then gonna grab some black student acrylic and go to town on all the black accents of this short trooper. That includes the pants, the gloves, the undergarment, certain parts of the armor. Now this required 2 coats. Now I just want to reiterate right here, I know this is an incorrect placement of the ab plate for the black portion. I am sorry, 501st, I'm looking at you, but just deal with it. So this required 2 coats everywhere to give a nice uniform look. We're then gonna grab some brown shoe polish that has been watered down ever so slightly, and I know we're starting the weathering process quite early, but stick with me on this one. So we're gonna apply that all over the white areas of the armor and the helmet, and it's gonna give that nice ivory kind of primrose look that the short trooper armor has, and also other members of this kind of squad and league. As you can see right there, it's already picking up that beautiful detail and giving that nice colorization, and also just the weathering looks spot on. Now this does look a little bit too kind of ivory and primrose, but that's okay. We're gonna be dialing it back later in the video. And I'm just grabbing my sky blue and starting to apply all the blue highlights for the ranking of this particular short trooper. And I was trying to do this as much as possible by hand without using masking tape, with the exception of the left forearm gauntlet. As you can see there, I used some marking tape for the forearm gauntlet. So next, it's time to grab some deep red and apply that to the bicep cuff there on the right arm, and that was 2 coats as well to make it nice and uniform. And there we go, I've got my masking tape there for our medium yellow application. Again, 2 coats, and if there's bleed through of the blue, we can just cover that up with the yellow. And I'm just gonna grab some burnt sienna, and then I'm going in over the belts and certain parts of the armor just to kind of break it up a little. And I'm gonna dry brush that burnt sienna over the pants, because the pants are brown, but they also are quite weathered and have a bit of depth. And doing this and building up a nice dry brushing area, it actually gives a bit more depth and a bit more 3-dimensionality to everything. And we're doing the exact same for the boots and the pouch on his side there, just giving it that nice leathery look and also highlighting the detail. And once it dries and it goes matte, it just looks $1,000,000,000. Now I'm going back in and adding the black and white stripes on this particular short trooper's left shoulder pad. And this was very hard because I have the shakes, so I had to go in and fix it up quite a bit. So we're then going to grab some black shoe polish. This is untouched black shoe polish, hasn't been watered down. And then we're going to go back in and go over the armored parts with the black shoe polish. And that is really going to get in there, as you see right there, and just highlight that beautiful detail and dab away the excess with a tissue or a paper towel, whatever strikes your fancy, geeks and geekettes. Now he's looking pretty battered, pretty weathered, and that's what we're going for, this extreme weathered look. But I'm also going to grab a sanding sponge, as you see right here, a fine sanding sponge, and dial it back and just expose some raw parts of the armor to make it look as if it's been scuffed and certain parts of the paint have been scuffed or chipped away. And this also just softens the harshness of the weathering over the entire piece. And just until you reach that happy medium. Now I'm just going to grab some Model Masters chrome paint with a fine brush. We're just going to paint those beautiful buckles on the pouches you see right here. Nothing too drastic. But in terms of the blaster, we're just going to do some good old-fashioned dry brushing with the same chrome Model Masters paint as you see right there. Again, just until you find that happy medium. Now, we're going to grab some Duramax Granite Effect. This stuff I've used a lot for road effects on custom collectibles, and this is actually going to be for the base. So we're utilizing the leftover brown shoe polish on the rock formation, because what I'm going for is a beach, like the shore of a beach, much like at the end of Rogue One. So I kind of want the illusion of this is, you know, a shoreline, they're patrolling, as you see right there, and we still have to add some gloss later on in the video. So we're going to grab some matte spray and coat the entire figure with, because I want a dull matte look. I don't want him looking too glossy, and a matte sealer is perfect. I then grabbed a gloss sealer from Rust-Oleum and sprayed the base to give the illusion that it's wet and that there's water around. And there you go, geeks and geekettes. This was a great little time killer during lockdown, I can tell you that. These babies are readily available at Bunnings Warehouse. They also have Rey, they've got Kylo Ren, BB-8, and a First Order Stormtrooper. So grab them all and go nuts. This is a great little project to do for an afternoon. Honestly, the longest drying time for anything was that clear gloss and the granite effect. I actually had to leave him overnight for the granite effect to set. But overall, very happy with the end result, minus the mishap of the incorrect placement of the ab plates where the black sections are, but that's okay, we're just gonna roll with it. So guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Wherever you are in the world, have yourselves an absolute cracker of a day. I hope you're well, hope you're happy, be merry, be silly, and until next time geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best.